Hello everyone, welcome back to another pre-recorded video. In today's video, we're doing a way too early 2025 mock draft. We're doing a mock draft for the top 10 teams. Currently, my standings projections to be the top 10 teams in the NHL next year. And as of my predictions, I'm going to be giving you who I have right now going where in the top 10 of next year's draft. Just the way my predictions go with the standings. I'll get to all that coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the Instant Hockey channel. Before we get into this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below. Thank you for all your support. We're now to help you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe button down below. Don't forget to comment down in the comment section below so you can also see this video. Now, at this point in time, we've either already finished the season preview series videos or we're very close to doing so. So with that in mind, I'm going to do a quick mock draft for the top 10 for next year's draft. And this is way too early. The season hasn't even started yet, so take that with a grain of salt. This is very likely to change. Also, the draft rankings, like who I have going where in the prospect pools right now, would also probably change as the season goes along. But just as it sits right now in late September, here's what a mock draft, in my opinion, will look like for the 2025 NHL entry draft. Now, currently in my standings projections, the bottom 10 teams are currently these 10 teams. So I have the Islanders being 10th lowest in the NHL this year, the Blues being 9th lowest, Canadiens being 8th lowest, Jackets being 7th lowest, Bolts being 6th lowest, Hawks being 5th lowest, Ducks being 4th lowest, Flyers being 3rd lowest, Flames being 2nd lowest, and for the second straight year, Sharks would be worse in the league. So that's just my predictions as of right now. Now, if those were to come true, here's the way I would see it going. So first overall, it sounds like the Sharks would have it again, another chance to take a generational talent to help their team out. And I have no doubt that they'd be taking James Hagens. Hagens, who's a center, 5'10", 172 pounds, coming off a season last year where he had 39 goals and 102 points in 58 National Team Development Program games. Looks pretty good. I think eventually he's going to be a solid first-line center for whoever winds up drafting him in the 2025 entry draft. Looks to be the favorite to be the first overall pick this year, even though Misa was for the longest time projected to be the first overall pick. So I have Hagens going to the Sharks #1 overall, get another solid center. Imagine them being able to have a 1-2-3 punch of Celebrini, Smith, and Hagens down the middle if they wanted to for the foreseeable future. That would be a fantastic 1-2-3 punch for the Sharks. So I have them taking him. At 2nd overall, we have the Calgary Flames. Now this pick has some conditions on it, as the Flames did conditionalize it to potentially giving it to the Montreal Canadiens as part of the Sean Monahan deal, but one of the conditions is that if the Flames and the Panthers, which they do both have, if the Panthers picks out of the top 10 and the Flames' pick is in the top 10, Flames get to keep that pick and give the Canadiens the Panthers pick. So in that scenario, this would be the Flames pick. They would have to give up the Panthers pick to the Canadiens, but they will be able to take a generational talent here in Michael Misa. Misa, who's a center left winger, playing over in Saginaw of the OHL. He's 6 foot, 174 pounds, coming off a season last year where he had 29 goals and 75 points in 67 games. Probably going to have even bigger season this year. The Flames, who just took Perek in the first round of the 2024 draft, are going to be able to take a huge player who's going to be a staple of their top 6 if they really do get the 2nd overall pick this year. So I think Misa could maybe edge out Hagens for first, but I have him going 2nd here. Next is 3rd overall. I actually have Philadelphia being there. I think they're going to take a little bit of a step back from last year, be a little bit more of a lower end team, and I have them taking right winger Parter Martone. Martone, who's 6'3", 370 pounds, playing over in the OHL with the Steelheads. Last year put up 33 goals, 71 points in 60 games. Looks like he's going to go in the top 5 this year, at least at this point. So I think getting him for the Flyers will be really good. He's going to be a future top 6 center. Could maybe be a guy who plays with guys like Michkov and a guy like Konechny long term. So I think that could be a really good pickup there for the Philadelphia Flyers. At 4th overall, I have the Anaheim Ducks. Now the Ducks picked in the top 5 over the past couple of years. I have them picking in the top 5 again. And I have 10 taking Logan Hensler. Hensler, who's 6'2", 296 pounds. Really good defensive player there. He's the right shot defenseman, playing over in the National Team Development Program. Last year put up 4 goals and 30 points in 61 games as a defenseman, so he looked pretty good. With the Ducks have already taken so many forwards, I haven't taken a defenseman here, so it might be a little bit of an off the board pick again for the Ducks after taking Senek last year, but I think they could definitely use another really good defenseman like this, so that's a pretty good pickup there for the Anaheim Ducks. At 5th overall, I have the Hawks. I've been doing a little bit better than last year, but still being in the bottom 5 of the league, and at this point in time, I have them going after Roger McQueen. McQueen, who's a forward, he's a versatile player, can play a couple of wing positions, can play center if need to. He's 6'5", 190 pounds, so he's a little bit of a bigger player, playing over in Brandon in the WHL, putting up 21 goals and 51 points in 53 WHL games last year. Looked pretty good, so I think McQueen could eventually be a really good player, and add him to a forward group that's already going to have guys like Oliver Moore, Frank Nazar, Connor Bedard, and a lot of other really good players like Vanaker. So they're going to have a lot of really good future forwards, and I have them adding another one here and taking McQueen here. At 6 overall, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, it's very surprising that the Lightning would be this low. I think it's very likely they probably are going to be a little bit higher, but my predictions right now, I have them being 6th lowest in the NHL. Now, that pick does currently belong to Nashville. It's a top 10 protected pick. So with them having a 6th overall pick, I do think that Tampa would defer and give the Predators their 2026 first and keep the 2025 first. And with the 2025 first round pick, I have them going after center Anton Frondell. Frondell, who's 6 feet, 196 pounds. Looks like he's going to be a very fantastic player at the NHL level someday. He's a center, shoots left. Last year coming off a season in Durgens of Hockey Allsvenskan, putting up an assist in 9 games and also playing the junior 20 system, putting up 18 goals and 39 points in 29 games. Looked pretty good. I think eventually Frondell is going to be a very fantastic NHLer as like a second, third, maybe even top line center. And if he can be a second line center behind point long term for the Bolts, that could be a really good pickup there for Tampa. So I have them going after Frondell at 6th overall. At 7th overall, we have the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now they could go a variety of different races here. I still have them being in the bottom 10. And at this point in time, I have them going after the defenseman, Matthew Schaefer. Schaefer was a left shot defenseman, 6'1", 174 pounds, coming off a season where he had 3 goals and 17 points in 56 OHL games. Looks like a really good defensive defenseman, something I think the Jackets could definitely use. They've been having a lot of really good forward prospects over the past couple of years, so I think a defensive prospect would be the benefit for the Jackets, so I have them going after Matthew Schaefer. At 8th overall, I have the Montreal Canadiens, definitely a lot higher than last year. Still on the bottom end of the spectrum though, so I have them taking after another really good forward prospect in left winger Malcom Spence. Spence is 6'2", 192 pounds, coming off a solid season in the OHL where he put up 19 goals and 62 points in 66 games. I think eventually Spence will be a really fantastic top 9 forward there. Montreal, maybe even top 6 forward. Could work really well with guys like Caulfield, Suzuki, all those guys. So I think that could be a really good pickup there for the Habs. At 9th overall, I have the St. Louis Blues, falling off a little bit from last year. Still doing quite well, but I think they're going to be 9th. I have them taking Ivan Rybikin. Rybikin, who's playing over in the KHL this year, 6 feet, 170 pounds. He's a center prospect. Could probably play on the wing too. Coming off a season last year where he had 24 goals and 58 points in 44 MHL games, the lower league in Russia. Already had 3 assists in 2 MHL games at the start of this year, so he looks really good. I think Rybikin could maybe go a little bit higher, but I think Rybikin is going to be a really fantastic player to watch here, and he may go a little bit higher, but I have him falling at 9th overall to St. Louis. And at 10th overall, we have the New York Islanders. Could go a variety of different ways here. I have them falling a little bit lower than last year, missing the playoffs, and as a result, I have them taking center Caleb Desnoyers. Desnoyers, who's 6'1", 179 pounds, coming off a solid season over in the QMJHL where he put up 20 goals and 56 points in 60 games. Probably going to have a better season this year. I think he's going to be a really good player there in New York. Could be a really good goal scorer, something that the Islanders still need. He could really work well with guys like Cole Eiserman, Matt Barzal, Simon Holmstrom long term. So I think that could be a really good pickup there for the Islanders. So just to recap here, this is way too early. Very likely that the standings do not shape up like this. Very likely that the draft rankings probably shift a little bit and some guys may go higher or lower than I'm predicting right now. But my very first mock draft of the season at this point in time in late September, I have James Hagens going 1st overall to San Jose, Michael Misa going 2nd overall to Calgary, Philip Martone going 3rd overall to Philadelphia, Logan Hensler going 4th overall to Anaheim, Roger McQueen going 5th overall to Chicago, Anton Frondell going 6th overall to Tampa. I have Columbus having 7th overall and taking Matthew Schaefer, 8th overall Montreal takes Malcolm Spence, 9th overall St. Louis takes Ivan Rybikin, and 10th overall New York I takes Caleb Desnoyers. So that's my predictions as of right now. Love to hear your guys' thoughts on this down in the comment section below. What do you think about this potential mock draft? Do you think some things changed at this point in time? How many stuff do you think changes by the end of the season? Could we see Tampa, New York I, St. Louis, Calgary all be in the lower end of the spectrum and be lottery teams? Could we see Montreal and Chicago maybe bump up their draft rankings a little bit? Definitely. I'll let you guys' thoughts. Plus, do you think James Hagens is going to be the 1st overall pick this year, or do you think it could be someone else? Love to hear your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comment section below. So I'm going to talk for today. Or to like this video. If you like, turn to subscribe down below. Thank you for all your support. We're now to all of you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below so I can also discuss today's video. I'll still a blog, talking about news, rumors, analysis, stuff like that. So remember, check that out. Leave a link down in the description below. And I can't wait to see you guys all for next video. See you guys soon.